Hey, I'm Angelo.
And I'm Donnie, and today we're going to teach you how to wheelie.
First of all, thank you guys for choosing my video. You guys definitely chose the right one because I've taught all my friends how to wheelie and I'm sure I could teach you today.
Whether you're a beginner or an experienced rider, if you practice the steps in this video as often as you can, you should be able to wheelie in no time.
Before you start practicing your wheelies, you're going to want to make sure both your bike and your gear is in check.
It is always smart to wear a helmet when learning a new trick. Also, you can wear a backpack to act as cushion in case you loop out.
We also recommend that you wear gloves for extra grip on the bars. You're going to want to make sure that you check your brakes. A general rule of thumb is that if you can lock up your back wheel while hitting the brakes, you should be good to go.
Wheelies can be done both on a hardtail or a full suspension. But if you do have a full suspension mountain bike, make sure you go ahead and put it on mid-lock or full lock. This will help you out. Check your tire pressure. If it's too low, you might find it hard to pop up a wheelie.
Seat height is very important when it comes to wheeling. You're not going to want to go too high and you're not going to want to go too low. You'll know when you feel it. It's very important that you have the pull-up mastered, as this is the first step in wheeling. Not only are you going to want to pull up, you're also going to want to push down.
If you watch closely, you can see the forks compress and rebound back up to your chest.
This preload helps you pop up the bike much easier. Pay close attention and make sure that both arms are pulling up evenly. If you don't pull up evenly, you might fall off of balance.
Step 2 is all about the initial crank.
This is a combination of both the first and the second step. First, compress the fork. When you're lifting the bars towards your chest, you're going to want to push down on the pedal with all your force. As the bars are reaching your chest, continue pedaling.
Before you try these two steps together, you have to know how to use the back brake, so that way you don't go too far back in your wheelie. Let's show you how to use it correctly now.
In order to practice using the back brake, you're going to want to combine steps 1 and step 2 to pop the wheel off the ground. Once the wheel comes off the ground, you're going to want to slam your back brake to bring the front wheel back to the ground.
As you get familiar with the back brake, rather than slamming on the brakes like this, try and ease on the brakes like this. This will keep your wheelie up longer. You can begin to feather the brake and pedal to balance on the balance point.
The balance point is the ideal position to stay in a wheelie. If you start leaning too far back, you can gently press your back brake. You're going to be constantly fighting your bike to stay in the balance point. If you start leaning too far forward, you can slowly pedal to regain your position.
Once you get to the balance point, apply an even amount of pedaling. You're going to want to be going a decent speed. You also have to practice balancing from side to side. If you keep on falling to the side, make sure you're pulling up your arms evenly. Also, you're going to want a decent speed. If you're going too slow, you might find it's hard to balance from side to side and you might start to fall.
If you start to fall side to side, you can use your legs to keep you in balance in a straight line.
If you're still having trouble wheeling, it might come down to these simple mistakes. Your seat might just be too low. If your seat's too low, you won't be able to pedal hard enough. If your seat's too high, you might find it hard to balance.
Make sure you're in the right gear. If you're in too high of a gear, you'll be pedaling too fast and won't have enough gear to lift up your front tire. If you're in too low of a gear, you'll be pedaling too slow and won't have enough torque to lift up your tire.
We should also mention that it's important to learn how to bail. You can practice how to bail in the grass, so that way you don't fall onto the concrete. If you go too far back in your wheelie, quickly remove your feet from the pedals. Place them on the floor behind you and hold on to the handlebars. If you're falling from side to side, all you need to do is plant the foot that you're falling towards. A good way to learn how to wheelie is alongside your friends. Share this video so you guys can learn together. That way you can help each other out.
Thank you guys for choosing our video.
I hope you found this helpful.
I'm Angelo.
And I'm Donnie.
We'll see you next time on Ready to Shred. Now go out there and pop a wheelie.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click like below. If you want to see more vlogs, how-tos, and reviews in the future, make sure to subscribe to Ready to Shred and click the small bell icon to be notified every time we post. If you have any other questions, go ahead and comment below. We'll make sure to read them.